comfortable. I have no curtain to my bed.
And no wine at the second table.
I'm afraid Sir Edward is in a queer strait.
I'm disgusted with you lower servants. Mind your own business instead of your betters.
Last year's milliner's bills have not been paid, and Miss Florence has not had no new dresses from London all winter.
That'll do, that'll do. Remember to check idle curiosity is the first duty of men in livery. Oh, here are the letters. Oh, bills, of course. Let's see. Miss Augusta, Mrs. Mount Chessington, Lord Dundreary, Miss Georgina Mount Chessington, Lieutenant Vernon. Ah, that's from the Admiralty. What's this? Miss Florence Trenchard via Brattleboro, Vermont.
Where's that, Mr. Biddy?
Why, that be in the United States of North America, and a main good place for poor folks.
John Wickens, you forget yourself.
Beg pardon, Mr. Biddy.
John Wickens, leave the room.
But I know where Vermont be, though.
Will that be Master Ned's hand, Mr. Biddy? I bet he's been sporting in Vermont.
Yes, shooting the wild elephant and buffalo went abound there.
The nasty beast. Oh, look, there comes Miss Florence tearing across the lane like a 3-year-old colt.
Oh, I'm fairly out of breath. Good morning, Binny. The letter bag I saw coming, and Wickens coming with it. Well, I thought I could catch him before I reached the house, so off I started. But I forgot the pond. It was in or over. Well, I got over, but my hat got in. I wish you would fish it out for me. You won't find the pond very deep.
Me? Fish for hat? Does she take me for a hangler?
Give me the letters. Bills. Blessed budget that descends upon Trenchard Manor like rain on a duck pond. Tell Papa and all that the letters have come.
Yes, miss.
And then fish my hat out of the pond. You won't find it very deep.
Me? Fish for hat? She does take me for a hangler.
Lieutenant Vernon in Her Majesty's service, Admiralty RN. That's Harry's answer to an application for a ship. Papa promised to use his influence for him. Oh, I hope he has succeeded. Oh, but then he'll have to leave us. And who knows if he'll ever come back. Oh, what a foolish girl I am, when I know that his rise in the service will depend upon it. But I hope he does get it. And if he must leave us, I'll bid him goodbye as a lass who loves a sailor should.
One for me, Florence?
Yes, now what will you give me for one?
Ah, then you have one?
Yes.
Ah, for a ship.
Mon ami, you are to leave us? Good news or bad?
No ship yet. This promises another year of landlubbery.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so glad he's not going away. Where's Dundry? Has anybody seen Dundry?
Good morning, Miss Florence.
Why, good morning, my Lord Dundry. Who do you think has been here? What does the postman bring?
Well, sometimes he brings a bag with a lock on it. Sometimes newspapers and sometimes the letters, I suppose.
Yes, there.
Ah.
Florence, dear, a letter of yours has got on mine.
Why, Papa, it's from dear brother Ned.
From my boy. Where is he? How is he? Read it.
He writes from Brattleboro, Vermont. Quite well. Just come in from a shooting excursion with a party of crows. Splendid fellows, 6 feet high. Oh.
Birds 6 feet high? What tremendous animals they must be.
Oh. No, I see what my brother means. A tribe of Indians called crows, not birds. By the by, I have lately come quite haphazard on the other branch of our family, which America at the Restoration. They're now thriving in this state, and discovering our relationship, they received me most hospitably. I've cleared up the mysterious death of old Mark Trenchard.
Of my uncle.
It appears that when he quarreled with his daughter on her marriage with poor Meredith, he came here in search of the stray shoot of the family tree, found them, and died in their house, leaving Asa, one of the sons, heir to his personal property in England, which ought to belong to poor Mary Meredith. Asa's about to sail for the old country to take possession. I gave him directions to find you out, and he should almost arrive as soon as this letter. Receive him kindly for the sake of kindness he has shown to me, and let him see some of our shooting. Your affectionate brother, Ned.
An American branch of the family.
Oh, how interesting.
How delightfully romantic. I can imagine the wild young hunter, an Apollo of the prairie.
Yes, an Apollo of the prairie, with a strong nasal twang and a decided taste for tobacco and coffee.
Now, Florence, you forget that he is a Trenchard, and no true Trenchard would ever have a liking for cobblers or no people of that kind.
Well, I hate him, whatever he is, coming here to rob poor cousin Mary of her grandmother's guineas.
Now, Florence, how often must I ask you not to speak of Mary Meredith as your cousin?
Why, she is my cousin, is she not? Besides, she presides over her milk pail like a duchess playing dairymaid. Oh, why will Papa not hear me speak of my cousin? And then I'm so fond of syllabubs. Thundery, do you know what syllabubs are?
Oh, yes, I know what syllabubs are. Yes, yes.
Well, I don't believe you do know what they are.
But not to know what syllabubs are, that's a good idea. Why, they are... syllabubs are, idiotic children, babies, that's a good idea, that's good. Oh, so sorry.
No. That is not a bit like it. What do you mean are called cherubims?
Oh, those things that look like oranges with wings on them?
No, not a bit like it. You shall see. After luncheon, I shall introduce you to my cousin Mary and Syllabubs.
Well, I've never met Mr. Syllabubs, I'm sure.
Syllabubs, my dear sir, is a dish made of wine and cream. Now, don't you forget.
I never can forget what I can recollect.
Well, then recollect you have an appointment with me after luncheon.
Yes, yes.
Well, what have you after luncheon?
Well, sometimes I have a brandy with an egg in it, and sometimes I take a walk around the duck pond. And then sometimes I play a game of checkers. That's for exercise, or perhaps a game of billiards.
No. After luncheon, you have an appointment.
An ointment, that's a good idea!
It was approximately 8:25 on the evening of April 14, 1865, when the presidential party arrived at Ford's Theater and entered their box. The president came to the front of the box and bowed. It was said that everyone in the theater stood and applauded. The orchestra played and the crowd cheered. President Lincoln was sat in the far left chair. His wife Mary was on his right. And yes, Major Rathbone and his fiancée Miss Clara Harris sat on the right side of the box. The play then continued.
That artful girl has designs upon Lord Dunbury. Augusta, dear, go and see how your poor dear sister is this morning.
Yes, Ma.
She is a great sufferer, my dear.
Yes, but a lonely one.
Well,
What sort of night had she?
a very refreshing one, thanks to the draught you were kind enough to prescribe for her, Lord Dunbury.
What? Has Dunbury been prescribing for Georgina?
Yes, well, I gave her a draught to cure the effects of the draught. And that draught was the draught that didn't pay the doctor's bill, didn't that draught?
Oh, good gracious, what's the number of drafts? You always have a game of drafts. What's the matter?
That was a joke, that was.
Where's the joke?
Well, you don't see it. Don't you see? A game of dwarfs. Wound pieces of wood on square pieces of leather. That's the idea. Now, I want to put your brain to the test. I want to ask you a why.
A wine? What's that?
But a why is a widow, you know.
A whittle.
Oh, yes. Like, why is so-and-so like somebody or somebody else?
Oh, I see. You mean a conundrum.
Yes, a drum. That's the idea. Now, what is it that cures a cold in the head. No, gives a cold in the head, cures a cold, pays the doctor bill, and makes the home guard look for substitutes.
What is it that gives a cold in the head, cures a cold, pays the doctor's bill, and makes the home guard look for substitutes?
Yes, do you give it up?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, a draft! Now, I've got a better one than that. When is a dog's tail not a dog's tail?
When is a dog's tail not a dog's tail?
When it's a cart.
Well, what on earth has a dog's tail to do with a cart?
When they move about, you know, a horse makes a cart move, and so does a dog make his tail move.
Oh, I see. When it's a wagon.
A wagon and a cart, it's the same thing. That's the idea, it's the same thing.
No, they are not the same. In the case of your conundrum, there's a very great difference.
Well, I've got another one. Why does the dog waggle his tail?
Oh, upon my word, I never inquired.
Because the tail can't waggle the dog.
Is that your own, then?
Yes, now I have another one, and this one is original.
Oh, no! Spoil the last one.
Yes, but it's extremely interesting.
Do you think so, Lord Dundee?
Yes, Miss Georgina likes me to tell her my jokes. By the by, speaking of that lonely sufferer, isn't she an interesting invalid? You know, they do say that that's what's the matter with me, that I'm an interesting invalid.
Oh, well, I guess that's accounts for what all the young ladies say. Florence, dear, don't you think that Lord Dunder is extremely interesting? I never knew what they meant before.
Yes, well, the doctor recommends to me to drink donkey's milk.
Oh, well, what a clever man he must be. He knows we generally thrive best on our native food.
Yes, well, I'm so weak, and it's so strong. Yes, I'm naturally very weak, and I need strengthening. I guess I'll try it. Look! Here comes that lonely sufferer. Here, repose yourself.
Oh, thank you, my love. Everyone is so kind to me, and I'm so delicate.
Florence, I must leave you to represent me to my guests. These letters will give me a great deal of business today.
Oh, well, remember, Papa, I am your little clerk and person of all work.
No, my dear. This is personal business. Money matters, my love, which women know nothing about. Luckily for them, I expect Mr. Coyle today.
Oh, Papa, how I wish you would get to that agent.
No nonsense, Florence. Impossible. He knows my affairs. Why, his father was agent for the late baronet. Why, he's one of the family almost.
Father, I have implicit faith in my own judgment of faces. Depend upon it, that man is not to be trusted.
Oh, Florence, you are ridiculous. I could not get on a week without him. Curse him, I wish I could. Florence, I leave you as my representative.
Mr. Coyle, an agent with papers?
Show him into the library. I'll be with him presently.
Well, remember the archery meeting, Papa? It's that 3.
Oh, no, yes, I remember. Pretty time for such levity when ruin stares me in the face. Florence, I must leave you as my representative now. Now to prepare myself to meet my Shylock.
Oh, why will Papa not trust me? Oh, Harry, I wish he would find out what a lot of pluck and common sense there is in this featherhead of mine.
Miss Florence, would you be so kind to tell Miss Georgina about that American relative of yours?
Oh, yes, our American cousin. Why, certainly. Let's have some fun. Well, he's about 17 feet high.
Oh, good gracious! 17 feet high!
Oh, yes, they're all about 17 feet high in America, ain't they, Mr. Vernon?
Yes, that's about the average height.
And they have long black hair that reaches down to their heels, and dark copper-colored skin, and they fight with... What do they fight with, Mr. Vernon?
Tomahawks and scalping knives.
They fight with tomahawks and scalping knives. You You better watch out, Georgina, or he'll take his tomahawk and his scalping knife, and he'll scalp you immediately!
Oh, somebody get something and throw over a pail of water. No, not that. She's pale enough already. Georgina, don't be afraid. Dunder is by your side. He will protect you.
Oh, don't be frightened, Georgina. He'll never cut you while Lord Dunder is about. Why, he could get 3 scalps right here.
Don't scream! I won't let them get my whiskers. I know what I'll do. I'll take this handkerchief and I'll tie the roof of my head on.
Oh, goodbye, Lord Dunder. I'll never forget you in all of your glory.
Don't cry, Miss Florence. I'm ready for Mr. Tommy Hawk.
If you please, miss, here's a gentleman says he's expected.
Oh, what's his name? Where's his card?
He didn't tell me his name, miss, and when I asked him for his card, he said he had a whole pack in his valise, and if I had a mind, he'd play me a game of 7-Up. He says he has come to stay, and he certainly looks as if he didn't mean to go.
Oh, yes, that's him. Show him in, Mr. Benny. That's my American cousin, I know.
Your American cousin? Oh, how delightfully romantic, isn't it? I can imagine the wild young hunter with the free step and majestic mane of the hunter of the forest.
Concerned, didn't I tell you I was expected? Where's the squire?
Sir, do you mean Sir Trenchard?
Yes?
Oh, he is not present, but I am his daughter.
Well, I guess that'll do about as well if you tell that darned old shote to take me to my room.
Shote? What does he mean by shote?
He means me, Mount, but what he wants I couldn't say.
Well, hurry up, old hoss.
Hey, now he calls me a horse, miss. What shall I be next? An ox or perhaps a hog?
Darn me. If you ain't the concernedest old shote I ever did see since I was baptized Asa Trencher.
Ah, then it is our American cousin. Glad to see you. My brother told us to expect you.
Well, yes, I guess you do belong to my family. I'm Asa Trencher, born in Vermont, suckled on the banks of Muddy Creek, about the tallest gunner, the slickest dancer, and darn well the loudest screamer in the state. Oh, you're my cousin, B.
Yes.
Well, I ain't got no objection to kiss you, as one cousin ought to kiss another.
Sir, how dare you?
Be you one of the family? Because if you ain't, you got no right to interfere. And if you be, well, you need to get your back up. I ain't gonna kiss you. Here's your young man's lip.
In the old country, Mr. Trenchard, cousins content themselves with hands, but our hearts are with them. You are welcome, and that is mine.
Well, I guess that'll do about as well. I won't kiss you if you don't want me to, but if you did, I wouldn't stop on account of that sailor man. Oh, don't you get riley. What an all fired up chap you are. Now, you'll just have me shown to my room. I should like to fix up a bit before dinner time, maybe put on a clean bosom. What are y'all staring at? I only spoke because you're so all fired go to the meeting like.
Show him to the red room, Mr. Benny. Oh, that is if you are finished with it, Lord Dundry.
Yes, Miss Florence, I'm finished with that room.
The red room, then, Mr. Benny.
Well, hold on. Darn me, if you don't keep your help in all fire good order here, this old shote looks fat enough to kill. Be careful going up them stairs, old hoss, or you'll bust your biler.
Now he thinks that Benny's an engine and it's got a boiler.
Oh, what fun!
Florence, old Mark Trenchard died very rich, did he not?
Very rich, I believe.
Yes.
He's not at all romantic, is he, Mama?
What? Oh, I'm sure he has solid good qualities, my dear. And I don't want you to laugh at him like Florence Trenchard.
Oh, no, Mama, I won't.
But what are we to do with him?
What's the matter? I got an idea.
Oh, that's a Dundry's idea.
It's so seldom that I get an idea that when I do get one, it startles me. Let us get a pickle bottle.
A pickle bottle?
You know, one of those things with the glass sides.
Oh, you mean a glass case?
Yes, a glass case, that's the idea. Then we put Mr. Thomas Hawk in it and put him on exhibition. That's the idea.
Oh, that's your idea, is it? Well, sir, wherever they do put me, I just hope it's out of reach of a jackass. I'm a real hoss, I am, and I get kind of riley around them critters.
Now he thinks he's a horse. Now I've heard of a jackass and I've dreamt of a jackass, but I don't believe there's any such insect.
Dear cousin, I hope you made yourself comfortable.
Well, I can't say as I did make myself comfortable, because you see, there's so many all-fire fixings, I couldn't find a thing that I wanted.
Well, what was it that you couldn't find in your room?
Well, there weren't no soft soap.
Soft soap?
Soft soap?
Soft soap? Soft soap? Soft soap?
Soft soap? Soft soap?
Yeah, soft soap. I reckon y'all know what that is. Howdy. I went along to the kitchen, struck a pole, slipped back my hair, gave my boots a lick of grease, and now I'm feeling right handsome. But I'm everlastingly dry.
Oh, well, you'll find ale, wine, and luncheon on the side table.
Ah, well, you see, I don't know if I've got any appetite. You see, right in on them tears, I probably sucked down about, half a dozen ham sandwiches, 8 or 10 boiled eggs, 2 or 3 pumpkin pies, and a string of cold sausages. Well, I reckon I can hang on until dinner time.
Did that illustrious exile eat all that? Where did he put it?
But I'm as dry as a sap tree in August.
Lunch on?
Oh. Well, now, miss, I don't mean to speak out too plain, but this is an awful mean setup for a big house like this.
What is the matter?
Well, there's no mush, nor any slapjack.
Why does he want to slap Jack?
There's no pork and beans,
Well, pork's been here, but he's left.
and way on there's the clam chowder.
Where is clam chowder? He's never here when he's wanted.
Well, here's your health, old hoss. That is bitter and gall. See here, cousin, you seem to be the liveliest critter here. You just run along and get me the fixins. I'll show this benighted aristocratic society what real liquor is. So hurry on now with the fixins.
Fixins?
What another fixins?
Well, brandy, rum, gin, and whiskey. Fetch them all. We'll make them all useful.
Oh, I'll hurry up the fixins. What fun!
I thought he was talking about the gas fixins.
Say, you, why don't you run along outside and fetch me a bundle of straws and some mint? Now hurry up, old hoss. Oh, Mr. Sailorman, when they get here with them fixins, why don't you help me mix them drinks? Now don't you get riley. You and I ran against each other when I came in, but we'll be friends yet.
Here, cousin, all the fixins.
Oh, that's your sort. Yeah, I'll give you all a drink that'll make you squeal. I'll give that sick gal a drink that'll make her squirm like an eel on a mud bank.
Well, don't mind him. That's only an American joke.
A joke? Do you call that a joke to make a sick girl squirm like a mudbag on an eel skin?
Well, sir, I'll give you a drink that'll make your whiskers return to under your chin, which is their natural location. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do y'all have? Whiskey skin, brandy smash, mint julep, sherry cobbler, or Jersey lightning?
Ooh, I want a mint julep.
I'll have a sherry cola.
Brandy smash for me.
Give me a whiskey skin.
I'll just take lemonade.
I'd like a Jersey lightning.
Oh, well, give him the Jersey lightning, warranted to kill at 40 rods.
directly, Mr. Coyle.
A house full of company, I see, Mr. Denny.
Cramful, Mr. Coyle. As one of the first families in the country, we must keep up our position.
Oh, certainly, certainly, as long as we can. Tell Murcott to bring my papers in here. You'll find him in the servants' hall. And do keep your strong ale from him. People who serve me must keep their senses about them.
I should say so, or he'd have every tooth out in their heads, the viper.
And now, to show that pompous baronet the precipice upon which he stands. Are you sober, Sam?
Yes, Mr. Coyle.
What is it that you keep so?
I'll do my best, sir, but do tell them to keep liquor out of my way. I can't keep from it now. Try as I will, and I try hard enough already, God help me.
Oh, push on. Take out those mortgages and papers from my London 8. Oh, here comes Sir Edward. Go, but stay within call. I may want you to witness a signature.
I will, sir. Oh, I must have brandy, or my hand won't be steady enough to write.
Good morning, Coyle.
Yes, Sir Edward.
Good morning. There is a seat, Coyle.
You?
So, you see those infernal tradespeople are pretty troublesome.
Yes, the letter from my agent announces that Walter and Brass have got judgment and execution on the amount for repairing your townhouse last season. Boquet and Barker announced their intention of taking the same course with your wine account. Handmoth is preparing for the settlement of his heavy demands for the stables. There's temper for pictures and other things, and Miss Florence Trenchard's account with Madame Pom-Pom.
Confound it, sir! Why harass me with details? These infernal particulars. Have you made out the total?
So, £4,830, 9 shillings, 6 pence.
Yes, of course we must find means of settling this extortion.
Yes, Sir Edward, if possible.
If possible? Why, you don't say there will be any difficulty in raising the money.
Oh, what means do you suggest, Sir Edward?
Well, that's your business.
How, Sir Edward?
Confound it, sir. Which of us is the agent? Am I to find you brains for your own business?
Oh, I can furnish the brains, but what I ask of you is to furnish the money.
Well, there must be money somewhere. Well, I came into possession of one of the finest properties in Hampshire only 26 years ago, and I mean to say I can't raise £4,000.
Oh, the fact is distressing, but so it is.
Well, there's a Ravensdale property, unencumbered.
Oh, there, Sir Edward, you are under a mistake. The Ravensdale property is encumbered to nearly its full value.
Good heavens!
I found among my father's papers a mortgage to that very property to him.
To your father? My father's agent? A mortgage on the Ravensdale estate? But it must have been paid off, Mr. Coyle. Have you looked for the release or the receipt?
Oh, neither exists. My father's sudden death explains sufficiently. But I was kept in ignorance of the transaction. But the seal and stamps are still attached. There it is.
Sir, do you know that if this be true, I am something like a beggar, and your father's something like a thief?
Well, I see the first plainly, Sir Edward, but not the second.
But do you forget, sir, that your father was a charity boy, fed and clothed by my father?
Oh, beg pardon. All you have to do is repay the money, and the estate is yours.
Oh, how dare you, sir, when you have just shown me that I cannot raise £500 in the world! Oh, Florence. Why did I not
by which we can keep the property in the family.
What is it?
Marry your daughter to the mortgagee.
To you?
Yes, I am prepared to settle the estate on Miss Florence Trenchard as soon as she becomes Mrs. Richard Coyle.
You insolent scoundrel! How dare you insult me in my own house, sir? Leave it, sir, or I will have you kicked out by my servants.
Oh, I never take an angry man at his word, Sir Edward. Just take a few moments' reflection on my offer, and then you can have me kicked out afterwards.
Oh, to see my children reduced to labor for their bread, to misery, perhaps. But the alternative, Florence detests him. Still, the match would save her at least from ruin.
And now, Sir Edward, shall I ring for the servants to kick me out?
Oh, nay, nay, Mr. Coyle, pardon my outburst. You know that I am hasty, and I would never want to...
Papa, pardon my breaking in on business, but her American cousin has come. Such an original, and we are only waiting for you to escort us to the field.
Oh, yes, I will come along directly, my love. Mr. Coyle, my dear, you did not see him.
Yes, I saw him, Papa.
Florence, your hand to Mr. Coyle. I insist.
Father!
Oh, come, Florence. Mr. Coyle, we will join you in the park. Come, my love, take my arm.
Oh, shallow, selfish fool. She warned you about me, did she? And you did not heed her. You both shall pay dearly for this. She for her suspicions, and you for not heeding them. How lucky that the seals were not cut off the mortgage when the release was given. That makes the mortgage to the property Ravensdale mine. And the release that restores it to its owner lies deep within the recess of the drawer of the bureau. The secret that my father told me at his deathbed. Oh, Marcotte! Do write to the mortgagee of the Van Hill and Ellen Thorpe estates for set foreclosure for within the week, and tell Walter and Brass to set execution for today. We both have a bone to pick with him and his daughter. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. The dizziness I've had lately.
Oh, brandy in the morning, brandy in the evening, brandy at night. What kind of fool you are, Murcott?
Oh, who knows that as well as I do?
If you would but keep the money out of your mouth, there's the making of a man in you yet.
Oh, no. It's gone too far. It's gone too far, thanks to the man who owns this house. You know all about it. How he found me a thriving sober lad, flogging the village children to their spelling books. How he took a fancy to me, as he called it, and employed me here to teach his son. And, dear Miss Florence, but then remember how I forgot who and what I was, and was cuffed out of the house like a dog. How I lost my school, my good name, but still hung about the place. They all looked askance at me. You don't know how that kills the heart of a man. And then I took to drink and sank down till I came to this.
Oh, you owe Sir Edward a revenge, do you not? You shall have a rare revenge. Remember the mortgage that you found last week? It puts the remainder of the property within my reach, and I put my hand on it unless it comes to my terms.
So you can drive a hard bargain, I know.
And a rare price I ask for his forbearance. His daughter's hand.
Florence?
Yes, Florence marries Richard Coyle, and Richard Coyle steps into Sir Edward's estate. Is that not a rare revenge? And now, to lay the mine that will topple over the pride of the Trenchard.
Florence, his wife? No, but 1,000 times she had been mine, low as I am, when I dreamt that dream, but it shan't be, it shan't be. But if I could help her, oh, sot though I am, well, yes, I can help her. Oh, if the stress don't break me down, my poor muddled brain. Surely there was a release with it when I found it. I must see Florence and warn her and expose Coyle's villainy. Oh, my poor head, it throbs when I try to. Oh, I shall die if I don't have a drop of brandy. Yes, brandy!
Well, I guess I begin to feel kind of comfortable around here if it weren't for that tarnal critter. He don't seem to have any work to do. He just stands around all day long, puffing out his big old chest like some turkey cock in laying time. I do wish I knew what he was here for, though. Do they think I mean to absquatulate with the spoons?
Will you have the kindness to give me your keys, if you please, sir?
Well, what on earth do you need my keys for?
To put your things away in the wardrobe, sir.
Well, sir, the way I calculate, if my 2 shirts, 3 bosoms, 4 collars, and 2 pair of socks were to get into that everlasting big bunk, they'd feel so all fired small, I should never be able to get into them again.
Will you take a bath before you dress?
Take a bath?
A bath.
Oh, I suppose you mean a bath. Well, sir, the way I figure it, I ain't gonna expose myself to the shakes by getting into cruel cold water in this cruel cold climate of yours. So make tracks.
Make what?
Vamoose.
Make vamoose.
Skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
Absquatulate.
Ab what, sir?
Oh, get out!
Oh. If you are going to dress, you'll want some assistance.
Or to get out of my unmentionables and then back into them again? Well, suppose I did. What then?
Just ring the bell. I'll attend you.
Ah. Well now, come along. I think I shall want to yawn presently, and I shall need someone to shut my mouth. Now that tarnal critter's gone, I can indulge in the inquiring spirit of an American citizen. Well, what an everlasting load of fixings there are here, to be sure. Hey, I wonder what's in here. Oh, this will store my plunder beautifully. What's this? Something good to drink? Wait! Smells awful bad. What's it say here? Golden fluid. 1 application turns the hair a beautiful brown. Several applications will turn it a lustrous black. Well, shoot, they keep on like this, it'll be pea green before you know it. I reckon this is left here by some chap what's ashamed of the natural color of his top knot. Come in.
Mr. Buttercombe, sir, my lord's home man.
Ah, well, roll him in. It's turkey cock number 2. What is it?
My lord Denver is compliments, sir. And have you seen a small bottle in the toilet table drawer?
Well, suppose I did. What then?
My lord wants it particularly.
Was it a small bottle?
A small bottle.
Blue label,
Label blue.
red sealing wax on the top,
Red sealing wax.
a nice little bottle.
Little bottle, nice!
Well, I ain't seen it. Oh, my lord sets a value on it. I reckon it's worth something matter of.
Sorry to trouble you, sir.
What is it?
My lord's hair dye. The last bottle, and he turns red tomorrow.
Horrible. What an awful situation, to be sure.
Well, I reckon I got my ring in that lord's nose now. If I don't make him dance to my tune, it's a pity.
Miss Florence begged me to say she had borrowed a costume for you for the archery meeting, sir.
For the archery meeting?
Where they shoot with bows and arrows.
Ah, well, you just pass along my compliments to Miss Trenchard. But you see, whenever I goes out a shooting with injurious weapons, I like to use my own genuine shooting costume. That's natural buff, tipped off a little red paint.
Good gracious, he'd look like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden.
What a queer load of fixings them fellows is, to be sure. Well now, I reckon this'll come in handy after all.